back to At Betches. I'm Jordana.
And I'm Aleen.
And Sammy is en route to Cabo to see Goose, the band.
She's groupieing with
yes.
her groupie husband.
Yes. Huge goose heads.
Huge.
Is that what they're called? Is that what they're called?
I think so.
Gooseites?
I know other goose heads.
Do you?
Yeah. Like, I'm not close with them, but.
You know of them?
Yeah, I know of them.
I mean, I assume there's many. They many concerts.
It's like a fish head. Like back in the day when we were in high school, remember like how many people were obsessed with fish?
You're kind of like a Mumford groupie-ish.
Huge.
No. I mean, not really. Like you wouldn't go to a different city to see them.
I have gone to Philly.
Okay. Would you like
New
follow
York.
them on tour?
I always go to the show when they're in New York.
When they're in New York, right?
Yeah.
But what if they weren't playing in New York? Would you go somewhere else? You might.
It depends.
Okay.
Like if it's like a really cool venue and I can like plan a trip around it, maybe.
All right.
My dream is to meet Marcus Mumford, and now that like we're part of Vlad Group, like I think it's gonna happen.
I could see it for you.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Our like head of talent, like Shanice, I was like, if Marcus wants to come to Betches, please tell me.
Yeah.
Tell him I danced to their song. We both did dance to Mumford to our wedding.
Songs, yes.
When you started dancing to your song, I was like, I got so excited because of the song. I was like, oh, this is.
Well, mine was like the new
tapes,
the new basement
tapes,
tapes,
yeah.
right? Is that like the same as? I don't even know. Is it the same as Mumford?
It was like this weird project that they did on TV.
Well, why don't we tell the audience what was your song?
Mine was There Will Be Time.
Yes, and mine was When I Get My Hands on You.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very so. When I get my hands on, it's so good.
Yes, very good for if you don't really know how to dance.
Literally,
it's a
it
good, very slow
so
Mumford
slow,
song. Yes.
So slow. Anyway,
how was your one-woman show, Sarah Snook? Picture of Dorian Gray.
So fucking good.
Yes. Are you
impressed
I remembered?
Show. Yeah.
Oh, you went to the your show is in like you went to the show.
Guys, this woman is so fucking talented. Like I would say.
Are you a snookhead?
I'm a snookhead. She. Like, okay, can I tell you what it was about, like, really quickly?
Yeah.
Okay, Dorian Gray.
You are a snookhead. You dressed up as her for Halloween.
I did.
You are a snook.
Before anyone liked Succession.
You might be her #1 fan.
Well, if I am, she should, like, follow me back. Like, that would be nice. Sarah Snook.
Well, Sarah Snook or Sarah Snook adjacent people, if you're listening, Aleen is, I think, actually Sarah Snook's #1 fan.
I dressed up as Sarah Snook, more like Chev Roy, like season 1. So
yes,
like
you're an original. You were listening
everybody
before
was
it
like
cool.
Everybody's so obsessed with
That's
Succession. I've been watching.
That's what all the groupies say.
I was obsessed in season 1.
You were.
So just want to say, but she's the most talented human being there is alive.
So it was a good show.
Like,
I'm assuming.
Like I can't even explain to you. She executed comedy like lightly, but it was so dramatic. Here's what it was like. It's her and like 5 cameramen.
Okay.
And she plays like 28 different characters. So it's like an interesting, they have like a couple screens that
She's
come
the only
down.
person who's
the only person
in the play.
But by the end of the play,
Wow,
you
I wonder
feel
how much money she makes.
Listen, by the end of the play,
performance.
it doesn't feel like that. It feels like there's multiple characters that you're watching.
Wow.
Like the production was so thought out, and like the attention to detail, and you know I love attention to detail. The attention to detail in its execution was like jaw dropping. Like at the end, people like jumped out of their seats to do their standing ovation. Like, you know, when you'll go to a show that's good, people like stand. No, people like shot
Are you on the
up.
marketing committee for the Picture of Dorian Gray?
I can't even tell you how good it was. Okay, the second half, it got like really fast paced and a little bit too anxiety inducing. So I wish the pace was slower, but it's fine because it's like the unraveling of Dorian Gray, the character. But okay, this is why it was so masterful. She'll like look to the left and she'll change her face and she changes her accent. And the left is like one camera, and she'll like be a character, and then she'll look and you'll see it on the screen, and then she'll look to the right.
Oh, there's a screen.
So there's screens up, but she's like walking around
multimedia.
them. It's so cool. But so she'll look to the right, and she'll change her face, and she's a different character, and you're like, this woman is a magician.
Very talented. Wow.
Very talented. Like I think this put her on like Meryl Streep level.
Really?
Yes.
Well, Sammy's not here to defend herself.
No, I think she'll agree.
Sammy's not here to defend Meryl Streep.
If Sammy were here, she would argue who's a bigger snookhead.
Sammy, I know you listen. So when you're not on, the
I
weeks
know
you're
you
not on.
listen.
I know you listen the weeks you're not on. So next week, Sammy, tell us if you agree with Aleen that Sarah Snook is more talented or on the level of Meryl Streep.
Anyway,
I would love to see that debate, and then I can be the judge to decide between them because I don't care that much.
Sounds
way.
good. Speaking of the most creative people in the whole world, we
are the
have
most
been
creative
named,
people in the entire
according
world.
to Adweek, #1 out of 100 different people by accident.
Yes. Since the
As
list is alphabetical.
The list, no, well,
yes.
we opened it. We were like part of the Adweek's like top 100 creatives this year, which thank you so much, Adweek. We really appreciate it. They came out with the list, 100 people, and we opened the article, and there we are, #1.
#1.
And I'm like, wow, who else is on this list? And I see it's
Chapel
like,
Roan.
Doechii, like, we're like, wow. And then I'm like, wait. And then I see it's listed like Jordana Abraham, like Elaine Drexler. Like, oh, I was like, fuck yes, alphabetical order.
I have to say.
Way to not change your last name.
I didn't change my last name. Long game for this thing. But also, like, I have to say, the AB last name slaps. It's great. Graduations, I'm always first. People, I mean,
and you could zone out
people
for the rest.
Like, people leave.
Yeah.
It's just nice. You do get first dibs on a lot of things when they're alphabetical. So
and we really benefited from this. So thank you.
Yeah, that's not why I didn't change my last name, but
Mike. If Mike is listening,
that's not why. But it is. I have to say, it is helpful. You moved up in the alphabet when you changed
moved
your
up.
name.
Yeah, I went from Cooper KU to DR.
Has that been helpful?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Well, you're if it's first name alphabetical, you're pretty high up there.
I'm AL, yeah, for sure.
Behind Abigail.
Yeah,
but
AL. Well, there's the B.
But in front of Ariana.
Thank you. You just have these on the tip of your tongue. The first thing that I said when I saw it, I said to Michelle, who does her PR, I go, "Fuck yes, Abraham."
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yes.
I love it.
And she didn't even understand. She's like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Oh."
For a second, did you think we were the most creative people in like of the year in the entire country?
No, there was no
moment that you were like, "Oh, of course."
I believe in myself, and I have like a high sense of self-worth yet now at 36. But
you're not delusional, right?
Yeah, I'm not delusional.
Yeah, we're a top 100.
Yeah, for sure. But
not number one.
Depends who else is in the 100.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you, Adweek.
Thank you, Adweek. A few things to get through. Hot vermin summer. We have to tell our vermin story of the week.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So
there's more.
Yeah, there's more. And I, as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, now I have something for hot vermin summer.
Okay. The audience wants to hear
this
about
is
more
less
vermin.
verminy. So I noticed on my like back porch, leaving my back porch, I looked up and there was like a fully formed bird's nest in the porch, like underneath the light, like underneath the structure. Does that make sense? Like not in the tree, but like perched into the like corner
of your wood thing.
Yes, of the wood thing in the back. And I saw that, and I mean, it's as vermin go, bird's nest, I feel like not that gross.
Not that gross, no.
And then I was looking
birds
at
are
it.
Cute.
And then I couldn't see the birds because it was like up high. And then I was looking at it, I was like, how incredible is it that like something in nature makes this fucking nest? Like picks up like twigs and like puts it together. Like the mother just like creates, like one day it's not there, the next day it's there.
Happy Mother's Day.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just kind of nuts. I was like so impressed with this nest. That was my first thought, was like, this is so cool. The second was like, how do I destroy this and get it out of my house?
Yeah, you want to.
So there's not like birds flying into my and then I Googled it.
Yeah.
Because my first thought was like, let me like swing it with a baseball bat, get it out. And then I was like, wait, relax. And then I Googled it, and it was the first thing it said was like, do not move the nest.
There's little babies in there.
Well, it was like, wait until the birds leave, and then you can move the nest.
Have you heard the phrase of like leaving the nest? They leave.
Right, but then do they like others? It's like a house, like your house. No one like takes away your house after your kids go to college.
I mean, based on my complete lack of knowledge about birds' nests, I would say...
Really? You're not an expert?
I'm not an expert. But I would say I think they make new nests per new set of babies.
And then I was thinking like, very smart move to make it in that little area, because it's not like any other animals are like hanging out in the wood of the porch. I would assume like very safe area. I was impressed with this bird's decision making.
Yeah. Wait. I just remembered another hot vermin story. Somebody told me this weekend.
What, another mystery immediate family member who has a tick bite?
Who was I talking to that they opened their glove compartment and there was 2 mice?
I'm joking. That was Sammy last week on this podcast. Last week on this exact show, sitting in this exact spot, Sammy told that exact story.
Oh, well, I guess that goes to show that I like thought of it as my close family member told me. I thought it was somebody in my family told me this story.
No, someone in your family got a tick bite that you weren't
not allowed
to say who it was. Who. Okay, so then my next thing I want, now that we've established hot vermin summer.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be something for next week also.
Oh, great.
Everyone
the audience is sitting at the edge of their seats.
I mean, it is verminy out there. Stay safe. I wanted to ask you about this cunt trend.
The cunt trend?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was perusing social media and I saw on Betches, there was like, I think it was a Met Gala meme.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it was like, suddenly I need a cunty suit.
Yeah, right. And it was over a carousel of all the suits.
And then I saw the cunty thing somewhere else, and I was like, "What is going? Like, did I miss? Where is this coming from?
Okay,
where did this originate?
Yeah.
Is it okay to say now? Because back in the day, like in high school, if we called someone that was like a really, really mean thing to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like I should be bleeped just saying
it. Right. I can see you're going, cunty little suit. Yeah, you don't want to say it. I hear you.
Is it a derogatory? It's kind of a derogatory word for vagina.
Yeah, but for a person, yeah.
But for a person, but
it's not a derogatory.
Could you call that's what it means, right?
Right. It's a vagina.
It's a vulgar term.
It's a harsh term for vagina, but
right, like your gynecologist wouldn't refer to your vagina that way. Probably.
Yeah, please put your legs in the stirrup. I need to put the speculum in the.
I need to put the speculum in this little vagina.
Rewind back to when it wasn't okay to say cunt. People were still saying it like privately, like in the confines
behind
of their
closed
own
doors.
home.
Okay.
But now it's become mainstream, almost in a way that women have taken it back.
Okay.
As like a word that means like attitude-y. So it's like you're serving cunt, like is like you're just like giving attitude, like you're a bad.
Is it kind of like bitch?
It's like
how is it different than bitch?
It's like in the way that we've like taken the word bitch back and used the word betch.
Okay.
It's the same kind of thing.
So it means like fierce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lots of people have been saying it. The gay community have been saying it.
Should I try it in a sentence?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Spell it and then use it in a sentence.
Okay. I love your shoes. Does that work?
Yeah.
Could you describe the shoes
especially
as
when
cunty?
You go, I love your shoes.
Shoes.
My shoes are ish.
They're fierce.
They're fierce.
Right?
Yeah, Sasha fierce. Thank you.
Okay.
I think it's gonna get into the chuggy territory, and then like all the wrong people are gonna say it. It was like
now that I know what it means, it's already uncool.
Yeah, it's like it's
like the New York Times.
It's like the Von Dutch hat of like 2001. You know what's a really great word? Twat. You know, like because
it has more of a zing to it.
But the British people use it all the time. Like,
right?
Remember that sticker you put on my wall on Facebook, like the wall that it said like, "Twat was that? Can't hear you." I still think about that all the time.
I don't remember putting it on your wall, but I remember that like
the stickers you would share around stickers on Facebook when you were like I guess we were 18.
Vaguely, yeah, okay.
And like that, it was like funny.
Twat was that?
Hear you. It's so stupid.
That is very funny.
But like then it was like an edgy word.
Okay, so now I feel like I've learned something today. I hope Mila isn't listening to this episode.
Yeah.
But let's get
She will say anything. she is hilarious.
Mom, what's with this mac and cheese?
Yes. Mom, you're serving today. All right, so let's do one of my favorite new segments, Secondhand Cringe.
Yes, and this week we're talking about the cover of New York Magazine this week.
Yeah.
Which featured an article titled, "It Must Be Nice to Be a West Village Girl."
Yes, I saw this.
Basically, the article talks about how all of like the influencers and the cool people in New York are living, or like cool, quote unquote, are living in the West Village. They've made it like popularized it sort of like based on this like Sex in the City glamorized New York City culture of like disposable income and dating and like having fun, and they're all kind of like clones of each other, just like dressed the same way.
Outfit,
I had to Google what a samba was. And
are you serious?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
This like, it's like the Adidas sneaker of like the last.
I know what Adidas is.
Yeah, but like the specific shoe, it's like a soccer sneaker that like.
Do I have them?
No.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that's what they were called. So I learned something new from the article. Good. And basically it's like it's sort of like New York Magazine-ish in that it's like kind of making fun of them, but also like just kind of like commenting on this new culture, and for an area that used to be sort of like a gay scene and like a kind of like a
party scene.
And like it used to have to be like I used to have a little more character, a little more originality is kind of what the article was saying. Yes. And now it's sort of just been overtaken and commercialized by these 20-something influencers who have like glamorized the area.
One of the girls that was interviewed was basically saying it's like being a freshman in New York. So it's basically like that post-grad life. They're on new campus. It is exactly Murray Hill in 2012. Like, there is zero difference to me. Even though them talking about Froyo is hilarious to me because Froyo was like
We invented
Froyo. Like, it was the core of millennial post-grad culture. Right. Them drinking Aperol spritzes is the exact same thing that we did with vodka sodas.
I mean, I have to say, what they're describing is the modern day Gen Z Betch.
Yes, 100,000%.
Right? All of these things would have been on our Betch list.
1 billion%, and still are. Like, yes. I do all of these things too. I wear sambas.
You're cool.
I fucking love my sambas. Although they're getting uncool. That's the thing. Is like sambas aren't less cool. So it's almost like.
Well, here's the difference between that. I think like Murray Hill was where you lived after college, sort of like as being a freshman of the city, but it was never like cool to live in Murray Hill.
Right. No.
Like, I think it's more like seen as cool or like aspirational still to live in West Village. But in that like, Sex and the City way, like Murray Hill was like always kind of like a joke of itself.
Correct. But I would say the girls who lived in West Village post-grad were like alternative rich. Cool and very rich. Yes. Right. Whereas now the girls who live in, and also with social media, they need backdrops that are chic,
right?
For
that
their
aren't
content.
Brother Jimmy's.
Exactly. That aren't Brother Jimmy's and Tasty Delight.
Yeah.
So like you need a vibe behind you when you're making all this content, when you put your phone down on a ledge and like do your outfit fucking of the day with your friend, right? And like stick up your foot.
Right.
Like that is what they need. So it's become this almost the backdrop for their content, but it's the exact same thing. If we needed that, then we probably wouldn't have all flocked to Murray Hill.
Right.
If, you know, we would have like gotten cheaper apartments in like we're in shittier condition to live in West Village.
Right. But also it is interesting.
We did go out in West Village though.
Speaking of like obviously like, the social media aspect of it. I mean, I think like influencers were just sort of like there was like not many influencers in 2012. 2011
no
right, yeah, not really like a thing.
No.
Right. What's almost most interesting to me about the article is like there's these people who were like West Village celebrities based on their like in Murray Hill or any of those places, like you knew like someone was cool because you knew them, like they were cool in college or they were cool in high school.
It's the same
or something
thing
like that.
though.
No, but now it's like you are cool on the internet, like you have like followers. You're sort of like a West Village celebrity that are like getting people to move to this area because you are of all your like your followers and your brand deals. Like no one had a brand deal,
right?
Besides maybe us because we had a blog. Like,
someone
buying a banner ad on our website.
Yeah, no, I guess so. But it is the same idea. Like it's the same concept, just wrapped and packaged differently. Like you could have been cool in college and you had that clout that surrounded you as you moved through the streets of the 33rds, right? Whereas now these girls, there still are like the influencers of college campuses. They just move now to a new place and they are become New York City influencers.
Right.
And
it's their job.
It's the same thing.
And it's their
and
job
then they
now
become
to like post their lives on social. Right. It's interesting. We're like I mean, I guess there are people our age who did that, but they were like a little older because Instagram was a little older when it was there. So I wonder what it would be like in that sense to just to live among 24-year-old influencers, which we didn't really do.
Yeah, I guess I would feel like we would just have those be part of the group. We would just be making content. We would be part of that.
I know. Yeah.
Like that. It's just that would be it. Like not to sound like we were basic as fuck.
Oh, totally. Still basic.
And they're basic as fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's why people hate them. It's because they're like basic, just like we were basic, and then they're like taking over the neighborhood.
Right.
Like they say, again, that's the joke about Murray Hill, is that like they're taking over like these young, annoying, loud people are taking over the neighborhood who like don't give a shit about anything but like getting manicures and going to workout classes, which sounds great. Now they've just more clustered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In like a cooler neighborhood.
The real West Village people don't like them, I guess, is like sort of implied in the article.
Yeah.
And I guess that's maybe like why it's different than Murray Hill. Like no one's like, oh, Murray Hill used to be so like cultured. No one ever thought that.
Never. Right. Yeah. The streets were gray. At least in West Village, there's some. It feels prettier because the buildings are smaller. And it's more neighborhoody. I do think the comments in the articles from the people who are like the West Village like natives sound so mad, like so bitter, and it just feels just like older people being mad at younger people. I think that's just
how it goes.
And some gentrification in there, of course, but at the same time, those like that area has those that store row of like the Hill House home and the and like where the Something Navy store was, like I forgot what was that, Bleecker, I can't remember, but like it's just has been that playground for a long time of these like these rich entrepreneurial girly girls making their mark, and so it almost became the haven. Like it's almost like a petri dish. Like it
and
created.
Instagram has amplified that.
Instagram is the reason.
Yeah. I mean,
and that's why. Otherwise, they wouldn't be spending that much money to live in like a tiny apartment. They wouldn't. It wouldn't make any sense.
Old ass tiny apartment. Yeah.
Do you know how many cockroaches are in the West Village? Like so fucking many.
Hot vermin summer.
It is.
Watch out.
If you hot vermin village is West Village, like there, Lower East Side, like it just is the history of Manhattan. Like
right. So now that this article's out, I feel like it's not cool to live in the West Village anymore, personally.
For sure.
Where do you think they'll go next?
Who, the youngest?
The Gen Alpha influencers. Where are they going?
Yeah.
Williamsburg?
Williamsburg is just, there's nothing, it's just already fully the same. But just with like a little bit more alternative.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They could take like the slightly alternative and then
although Williamsburg has a lot of young families.
Basicify it. What?
Yeah. Williamsburg has a lot of young families. Like Greenpoint, a lot of young people live in.
West Village used to have young families, no?
It's just a lot of walk-ups.
Yeah.
Not good for the strollers. You have to be really rich to have an elevator in West Village.
I feel like really rich people go to Tribeca.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. There's more elevators there. Like big spaces.
That's
New York City by us.
By us. We don't even live here we don't even go here anymore.
Yeah, you were just talking about like your big outdoor structure where there's a bird's nest, like, and talking about how beautiful it is that home is created out of nothing.
Well, I mean, I've lived in the city until 2 years ago, and this has made me feel like that's a good thing I don't live here anymore because I don't understand anything that they're talking about.
Great. I'm so glad you work at Betches. Remember when we went to that Taylor Swift cover band concert?
Yes. Were we pre-gamed?
And we were pre-gamed and we showed up and there was just like straight up children
and everyone
there.
was 7 years old. Yeah.
It's like literally, and everyone was in the exact same outfit. All these little girls were wearing their white sneakers or white Converse.
Yeah.
High tops or low tops. And this like Love Shack basically-esque skirt. And it was the exact outfit everywhere. And I was just amazed. I was like, this will happen and will, because of social media, like it's not true. We did the same thing when we were in middle school. Although I was wearing shrugs and no one.
That's true.
It wasn't
and
cool.
High socks. Yeah.
I was on Facebook. As the cool people are on.
Yeah, so the other day, I'll paint you a picture. Me, 36 years old,
on Facebook.
2 kids on Facebook in my backyard of my house on Long Island. Okay.
It was a brief.
Picture this.
I got a notification. Okay. I clicked it because I got a notification. I don't really spend a lot of time on Facebook like you. Okay. And I'm
searching for different vacuums to buy. Okay. Then I get interrupted.
Okay. I got a notification, like the time hop type of notification. And it was you posting on my wall talking about like sent me an article about how like mini denim skirts are in, and then shot me back to that memory. Remember when I made you follow me around all of Manhattan to get a denim skirt, and they were fully sold out everywhere?
That was not that long ago.
It was.
Are denim skirts out? I think so. I haven't seen anyone in
denim skirts. Maybe, yeah. I'm not seeing like the Abercrombie denim skirt, but you're gonna wear like maybe a white denim skirt. It's the same vibes.
Did you buy the denim skirt?
I got a denim skirt. Okay. Yeah, I was really excited.
No. Okay.
What am I gonna do with it?
Great story.
It was just the time that I was on Facebook.
I'm always on Facebook.
I know.
If you want to catch me on Facebook.
How about that?
Send me a poke. Send me a poke. How about that?
Send me a cow.
Write it on my timeline. Okay.
Okay, so we have a new segment, and this is going to be really fun. It's called Allegedly. And so when the word allegedly is used, is we are going to say things that we should not be saying.
We are going to speculate with no evidence, and everything we're about to say is alleged, and let's be honest, probably is not true.
Yeah.
But these are our unverified theories.
Yes. So as we saw, Hailey Bieber came on the Met carpet. What?
The Met Gala red carpet. Yes.
Yes. And she came out looking cool, great, in her little suit. She was had a martini. And she
brought her martini with her?
She brought her own martini, like BYOM.
Okay.
Bieber, the husband, Justin, was not there. Fine. Right. He doesn't come all the time.
He's been there a couple times.
Doesn't come all the time.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to speculate on his mental health. Like, that's not what we're doing here.
Sure.
There was a picture of her holding hands with Kendall Jenner, like walking down.
Okay. Emotional support Kendall Jenner?
It made me feel like
she's an emotional support Jenner.
And I have this feeling.
Trouble in Paradise?
But like something deeper than Trouble in Paradise. Like I almost feel for her. Now also like on the Insta algorithm, I don't know, it's like more than ever before. But if you watch one video about like, if you get into the whole of like the anti-Biebers, you get so much anti-Bieber content.
If you look at one opinionated thing, and you watch it like front to end, you are done. That is what you will believe for the rest of your life.
You need to reset your algorithm ASAP. Yeah.
How do you reset your algorithm?
Oh, you could just go into the back end and just clear algorithm. And
what does it show you when you have no algorithm? I have no algorithm.
A girl has no algorithm. That's so funny.
We read a children's book about a girl who lost her algorithm.
That's so funny,
right?
Oh yeah, we should.
A puppy who lost its algorithm. Okay. I want to see what you get when you have no algorithm.
So let's do it. Let's come back. Let's reset our algorithm. Oh,
next week.
I'm getting such good content right now.
That's why you can't lose your algorithm.
Girl,
it's tailored to you.
It's tailored. But okay, so I watched one, and it was like about how like Hailey like copied Selena's speech word for word.
Did she?
I don't even know if it's true.
Okay.
But that's what it said. And I was just like, I am imagining, because I know she watches the content.
I don't feel like she would write her own speech.
But either way, I know she watches like the content. Like there is no way Hailey's not watching. She's on social media all the time.
Right.
She's watching the content. I'm sure she's getting fed all of the anti-Hailey content.
I mean, she definitely sees.
She definitely sees it.
Yes.
And I'm feeling... the feels I get from watching her from a very big distance, I feel a little sad. I get sad vibes.
You get sad for her.
I get sad for her. I'm
what are you speculating, allegedly with absolutely no proof, what's going on?
That there's going to definitely be some sort of turbulence in
the marriage.
Yeah. In which Hailey makes a stake. Nothing that I know, but what I feel.
What do you feel in your heart of hearts?
It's just okay. Here's the thing.
Okay.
When there's a baby, I don't think that she's gonna maybe like stand for. I mean, like allegedly, if he's going through his own troubles, I feel for him. Mm-hmm. But if you've seen his social media, I don't know if that's something that personally I would
be down for.
Unless their house is so big that you could kind of just stick to your own way.
I think they have a lot of help. I would imagine.
Yeah. Hormonally and emotionally, you're still in that place. Like you're a protector of you, no matter how many nannies you have.
I wouldn't be surprised. It doesn't seem like the strongest marriage to me. Do you think?
I don't think the marriage is strong, though. I think that he's going through it. Mm-hmm. And
that can weaken a marriage.
And that can weaken any relationship.
Sure.
I have a feeling she feels like strong identity to her Bieber last name. Like she wears that B, like it's.
I mean, let's be honest.
Like
she should.
She should. Agreed. Like, and she's made it a name for herself as Hailey Bieber, like makeup influencer. She is like the influencer.
I mean, that's very tied up in her identity.
I can imagine what she's going through mentally. Do you know what I mean? Like my identity is grounded in this name, in this marriage. I have a baby. What comes next? What do I do?
An identity crisis, perhaps.
Potentially.
Tied into that. Do you think all of this... Okay, so I feel like Selena, at least on the internet, allegedly seems like she's doing very well. Seems very happy. Seems like she's thriving.
And they're plastering their love.
All over the place.
And they just came out with a new album together.
Yeah, he took her to prom. It's like... it's very all the Selena Benny talk is like very like relationship goals.
Also, they're like in their honeymoon phase because they're just engaged. They haven't even gotten married yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying like whether it's real or whether it's not or whatever.
Well, no,
like this is the media story.
I just mean imagine then you're seeing that as Hailey, the honeymoon phase, and you're in this phase.
Right. But I'm saying, do you think that any of that stuff has anything to do with Justin Bieber's weirdness these days?
Like you think he's
seeing and noticing that, and that's bothering him to an extent?
I saw some posts that he liked and then unliked again when I was in my rabbit hole.
Yeah,
he liked and unliked.
I think I've heard about this.
That love, probably for me when I told you this misinformation. He liked and unliked like a Selena and Benny post, like a Selena and Benny love post.
Well, he was like friends with Benny.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still friends. The music. Yeah. But Benny is getting much better PR than he is right now.
No matter how much people are like, don't pit women against women.
Here's the thing, I'm not putting random women against random women.
Yeah, it's your ex, and you're watching your ex sort of be in this like love thing.
Of course, it's
men are driven by jealousy. Like
I think they got married like less than a year after they broke up or something. Like, of course, there's like a rivalry. It would be fucking crazy to say there wasn't. I think that it's like I think it's weirder to say don't pit them against each other than it is to pit them against each other. Personally,
hot take.
Personally,
yeah. So I don't know. I agree with you that it is coincidental, but maybe not.
Could be independent. Could be him going through some weird fatherhood identity.
Totally,
crisis.
Like postpartum, like affects men as well. Like that's 100% true.
Especially dealing with his own, probably like things of his own father, his own abandonment issues.
Alleged.
Alleged-ish. I mean, his mom, I know, had him as like a teenager, and like his dad kind of was like disappeared until he became famous and then came back into his life, and now they're close now that he's Justin Bieber.
Yes.
So I'm sure there's like many layers of psychological, again, all alleged,
but is one
stuff going on there.
Yeah. But so this whole thing stemmed from me seeing, I mean, it's been all over.
Yes.
Like all the speculation about
And
what's going on.
he posted the picture of Hailey with the Beyonce song, Irreplaceable.
Yeah. Like
bizarre. Which is about how you can replace someone.
Right. Didn't she comment on that like heart? Like that's what I mean, like the compensation for like, oh, I support this, and then like yelling at him in the background,
something like that
at home, probably, allegedly. So my thought about this is like it was almost I didn't want to talk about it like week after week after week, but then like seeing her on the red carpet holding hands with Kendall.
There's obviously something going on behind the scenes.
I
think we can all allegedly, but also like probably actually, like I'm sure there's something going on behind the scenes. What it is, I don't know. I would love to find out. I don't think we will.
We're gonna see what happens, allegedly.
But speaking of Met Gala, let's get into it in our last segment. Our last segment is All the Rage, brought to you by Angry Orchard Hard Cider, because life's too short to bottle things up when there are far more entertaining things to obsess over. We're breaking down some of the pop culture moments that have us spiraling this week, but in the best way. So crack open a crisp, refreshing Angry Orchard and let's get into it.
I can't wait to talk about the Met Gala, even though it's Thursday.
People really love the Met Gala.
I don't love it. I don't love it. I think it's like pretentious, but invite me, okay?
But you would go. You would go. Yeah.
I wouldn't say no.
Would you go? Would you cancel plans for it?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Would you miss the wedding of a loved one for it?
How loved are they?
Not your immediate family, but not like super extended, like your uncle's wedding.
For sure.
You'd miss your uncle's wedding.
I mean,
your cousin's wedding.
Oh, my cousin. I only have one cousin.
Your father-in-law's second wedding.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. To go to the Met Gala?
Yeah.
Yeah. father-in-law's second wedding, he'll have a third. Will I go to the Met Gala the second time? Probably not.
Your widowed father-in-law's second wedding.
Finally, knock on wood, please.
I'm sorry.
My my alleged father-in-law's second wedding.
Yes, he finally found love. Everyone's very happy for him.
I'm going to the Met Gala. I'm going to the Met Gala.
He's getting married on a Monday night. It's kind of weird, but
it is weird. And I'm going. That's why I'm going to the Met Gala.
Okay.
Don't get married on a Monday. No, I don't love it, but it's fun, and I like how there's like good fashion. And it's themed, which is like kind of a costume party.
Yeah.
And so but it's like a fancy costume party. So in that way, it's really fun. And I just love how we all just like get to judge the outfits from like sitting on my couch with like four chins, you know? Yeah. Did you watch all the stuff on Instagram?
Yeah, I saw some outfits.
Oh, did you see some outfits?
Yeah, they were, as usual. I was very confused about the theme and what it means and how it works into everything. I never really, you
never know what the theme is.
It's a very highbrow theme every year and I never fully understand it.
Right.
Did you understand it?
I remember when we had to explain camp to you, like that was an episode.
Oh, yeah.
So the theme this year was super fine, tailoring Black style, and it was tailored outfits essentially through the lens of Black dandyism.
What is dandyism?
It was a movement of self-expression born out of time of oppression for Black people. And it was like
post-slavery, post-Civil War.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone sort of took it in different directions. Some took it very literally, and that happens every year.
Right.
So like some people took it very literally and wore just like tailored suits. So a lot of women wore a lot of suits.
Right. I saw, what's her face? Amy
Lou Wood.
Yeah.
She looked, I thought she looked great. There was no one that was the one person who just like fucking like everybody was talking about. You know how like back in the day people would like
talk about like, I remember Kim Kardashian wore that Marilyn Monroe actual dress.
That was crazy. Or like
Rihanna. I think last year was Tyla had like a really cool outfit.
She was basically like in like sand.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the sand outfit.
It was the sand outfit. Yeah.
Yes.
She was, that was outstanding. I don't think she can outdo herself after that. Like, I'm sorry. When you go in.
She had her year.
There's some really great ones this year. Doechii was one of my favorites. Also a fellow AD Creative 100 with us. Not number one.
Not number one, like us.
Not like us.
Probably, I would say, like 15.
Oh, yes. So she looked great. She was like in all these Louis Vuitton prints. She had like a Louis Vuitton
cool
stamp
outfit
on her face. It was.
I love the whole look. This outfit looks very comfortable.
I agree.
Right?
I love that she's like in loafers.
And those shorts, they look like
shorts.
Yeah.
She's in long shorts. She's not even in shorts, which are extremely uncomfortable.
That's what I'm saying.
She's
long shorts. Like I
shorts.
would wear this. This looks
yeah,
great. Yeah,
she looks. Yeah, you would wear this.
I would wear this.
Yeah.
I mean, probably not. I couldn't pull it off, but like,
no, you could.
If I want, like, this would be my goal.
No one cannot pull anything off. I would say we can always try.
All right. Well, Louis Vuitton, if you're listening, you want to send me an extra. If you have any extra, I'll take it.
There was a lot of cigars. First of all, on the red carpet, she had one. Madonna had one. It was very cool. I just liked.
Are cigars back?
I mean, cigarettes are we established that.
What about
cigarettes
cigars?
Are back, but maybe now cigars are too. I hate the smell of cigars.
I really don't like cigars either.
But that's because both of our dads would like smoke cigars.
Yeah.
You know who I was dead over? Cardi B. I don't know why. I loved her hair, her suit. Something about green this year just like pulled me in and lifted me up into this just Billy Joel King. Is that her or is that
Joey King?
Billy Joel King.
Billy Joel King.
He's like the tennis player.
Joey King's look was really cool. That was green, yeah.
Joey King had a sick outfit. Okay, there's a lot of green. Laura Harrier, she was dressed by Zach Posen in Gap Studio, which was really cool. Yeah.
I'm wearing Gap.
Janelle Monáe was wearing like the coolest, weirdest outfit. I loved Coleman Domingo. He was in Valentino. I didn't like his outfit, the cape, but when he took the cape off, he was in like the coolest suit. Also reminded me of the Billy Joel King suit. That was really sick. Rihanna came late as usual, but she did a photo shoot in the streets of Manhattan first to reveal her pregnancy.
I thought she's not allowed to be on foot. She did it separately.
She did it out,
and then she got in the car.
And then she got in the car. Showed her pregnancy.
She got pregnant again. When was her first kid born?
Her second kid was after the Super Bowl, as we know. She was 2023 Super Bowl.
So it was 2022, 2023, and now 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's going for it. Yeah.
Pushing them out.
The first reveal was through a photo shoot, I think. Like just like on the street.
Yeah.
The second was at the Super Bowl when she was singing.
Sick.
And then this one at the Met Gala.
But like also before the Met Gala, and then shows up late she always shows up late to the Met Gala.
And there's no new album or something.
No new album.
Right?
She said something funny on the red carpet. Somebody like interviewed her and asked her like, oh, is this like your pregnancy going to affect the new album? And she said like, maybe I'll do less videos, but I can still sing.
Is there a new album coming out?
I think so.
Supposedly?
Yeah, like allegedly.
When's the last time she had an album? Over 10 years. Wow. I mean, I guess I feel like she made so much money on Fenty that she probably is not, unless she like truly, really loves making albums, probably not that motivated.
There's so many more looks. I'm not going to go through all of them, but overall, it was fun. It was fun to watch. I didn't care about Kim Kardashian's look.
I agree. I liked Jenna Ortega.
Oh yeah, she looked really cool. She was wearing like metal rulers.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Jenna Ortega, just overall.
She's apparently best friends with Sabrina Carpenter.
Really?
Yes, besties.
What do you think of Sabrina Carpenter's look?
You know, it was very her, like she showed up as herself, I would say. Like, she's always wearing kind of nothing on, no pants, but she wore a suit on top, which was cute. It wasn't my favorite look.
Right.
But you know who did not do a good job?
Let's hear it.
Amelia Gray.
Is that Lisa Rinna's daughter?
Yes.
Why is she invited?
I don't know.
If I'm Anna Wintour, I'm like, who let her in? Oh, did you see Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper went Instagram public? Yes. Instagram official?
Yes.
And Kylie and Timothy,
yes.
red carpet official?
Oh my God, thank you for bringing that up.
Two big official moments.
I love Kylie and Timothy, and they went, I love examining them. I just love their relationship. It is so real. It is not PR.
Okay.
It is not. And you know I am the most skeptical.
Yeah.
I just
agree.
want to believe
I think they're having sex for sure.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of sex.
A lot of sex.
For sure. But they look in love. They look submitted. You think it's in lust?
I think it's in lust. Yeah.
You think she's in love and he's in lust?
There's definitely a lot of lust. I think the lust is overpowering the love.
The love. They're on top of each other everywhere they go.
They are.
Like at the Knicks game, they were sitting at the Knicks game and like his hand was like between her leg the whole time. Her arm was like literally because he's so small, she basically can wrap her arm like twice around his neck.
They're having a lot of sex.
For sure. Lots,
I'm sure.
Lots,
yes.
And
what about Gigi and Bradley? You think they're...
I don't know.
They've been together a bit for it to be a PR thing.
They can do whatever they want.
They're more subtle than Kylie and
sure.
Timothy.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I just love Timothy and Kylie. I think Kylie's trying to get into acting. If this is a PR thing, I think Kylie is Chris is getting Kylie into the Hollywood circles.
Yeah. Maybe Kylie will be nominated for an Oscar.
I think she's trying to get into, for sure. I think she's trying to get into the acting circus. Circuit, for sure, because Kim did that whole American Horror Story thing.
What would you put the odds at of Kylie in her lifetime getting nominated for an Oscar? Kylie Jenner.
I haven't seen her act, so I can't put that on.
Just not having seen her act, giving absolutely no context.
60%.
60% chance she gets nominated for an Oscar?
The Oscars are changing.
Do you think it's more likely that Kim Kardashian will be on the Supreme Court or Kylie Jenner will win an Oscar?
Kylie Jenner will win an Oscar.
It's more likely than Kim on the Supreme Court.
1,000,000,000%.
Okay.
Do you think that there's a chance that Kim Kardashian can be on the Supreme Court?
I think there's a bigger chance of her on the Supreme Court than there is of Kylie winning an Oscar.
Really?
Yeah.
You haven't even seen... She didn't even finish getting her bar.
I thought she did.
You don't get a bar.
She passed the bar,
No, she passed a baby bar. She didn't even go and take the real bar.
Well, she has years left.
She has years left.
She has years left to take it. Let's poll the audience on Spotify.
Yes.
Let's see what they think. Which is more likely, Kim on the Supreme Court or Kylie winning an Oscar?
Put it in in the comments.
Yes.
That's all the rage. Thanks again to Angry Orchard for reminding us that it's all about balance. Sometimes life gets overwhelming, but taking a moment to enjoy the things we love makes all the difference. There's always room for a little indulgence. I am very excited for summer to drink my crisp ciders. You're going to come over, and I'm going to come over to your house.
There's nothing I would love more than sitting by the pool with a crisp Angry Orchard.
Or just at a barbecue.
That too.
I just love
cold,
a
crisp,
good BBQ.
Refreshing.
And a cider. Don't get angry, get Orchard. Learn more and find a hard cider near you at angryorchard.com/locations. Follow Angry Orchard on Instagram at Angry Orchard.
Okay, so I think our Betch of the week this week, as we were recording this, we were alerted that they've picked a new Pope.
Wow, conclave. Go conclave.
And we don't want to get ahead of ourselves because we don't know anything about him yet. But, you know, it's a big day for him. Let's give him Betch of the Week.
Yes. He got Pope and Betch of the Week in the same day.
I really hope nothing comes out that's completely horrible and then we look like assholes for calling him Betch of the Week. But for now, knowing nothing about him,
knowing so little about him that we don't even know his name.
Yes.
Betch of the Week to you, no name Pope.
Yes.
Who's going to the Caymans? Your bird's nest? It's a lot of vermin going to the Caymans. They're taking over.
Let me think. Is there anyone else who was weird this week?
I would send Amelia Gray to the Caymans.
Let's do that.
Maybe.
Because why did she even get invited?
Yeah. Are you here?
I'm so mean. She doesn't even go here. Okay.
She doesn't even go here.
Yeah. All right. Let's send Amelia Gray because her outfit was weird and I don't think she deserved to be there.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jordana. And thank you all for listening to this week's at Betches. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to leave comments on Spotify. Subscribe. Send it to your friend. If you love the show, you love our, you thought we said something ridiculous, put a quote on it. Put it on an Insta story and share it. Tag us and we will reshare. And don't forget to watch us on YouTube. You can watch us and see all of the things we say on a video.
And if you still want to watch, even after hearing that, go to the YouTube page for Betches and listen to us everywhere you get your podcast. And we'll be back next week on the Betches podcast.